The president's budget also includes more than $5 billion to fund the battle against ISIS in Iraq and Syria. The U.S.-led coalition launched dozens of airstrikes in the past 48 hours. Holly Williams is in Erbil, Iraq, with how the ground campaign is relying on fighters with a disturbing past. Holly, good morning.
Good morning. After ISIS swept across Iraq last year, the country's army, which was trained and equipped by the US at a cost of $20 billion, was left in disarray. The Iraqi government is relying on a notoriously brutal militia group to defeat ISIS. Just north of Baghdad, General Ali al-Wazir took us to see villages his men clawed back from ISIS last week.
This was the front line, and this was ISIS territory.
General al-Wazir told us 80 of his men died here in a 4-day battle. In al-Sadua village, they launched their attack through this amusement park, long deserted by locals. After ISIS was defeated here in al-Sadua village, its fighters fled over those hills. But before they left, they blew up this bridge and they left the village littered with roadside bombs. But the Iraqi National Army did not take on ISIS alone. It relied on these men, hundreds of volunteers with a Shiite Muslim militia known as the Badr Brigades. We want peace for our children and families, said their commander, Essam Yahya Hussein, who ran a grocery store until he signed up 6 months ago. The Badr Brigades have the best track record defeating ISIS in central Iraq, but they have a murky past. During Iraq's bloody civil war, their infamous death squads were implicated in the torture and murder of thousands of Sunni Muslims. Last week, near al-Sadua, the Shiite militiamen were accused of killing more than 70 unarmed Sunni men. But Iraq's Shiite-dominated government has given the Badr Brigades unprecedented power. General al-Wazir told us he and his men are now under the command of the leader of the Badr Brigades. He was given the job by the Prime Minister, the general said. Everybody knows it. The Badr Brigades also have a very close relationship with Iran, and Iran's Quds Special Forces are fighting here in Iraq against ISIS. So that means that in Iraq, the US is on the same side as both an unchecked militia and Iran, which shows you just how complicated the fight against ISIS has become. Nora.
Wow, Holly, incredible piece. Absolutely. And really great reporting to really point out exactly how complicated everything is. Thank you, Holly.